For me, it was kind of a shock because there's no breast cancer in my family, not in the bloodline, and so for me, it didn't make sense. And it was not a who me, why me, none of that. But it just didn't make sense because I was at the time, even though 2015 was a hard year in terms of stress, so many meetings, so many activities and events happening. It just didn't make sense. However, once I got the diagnosis, it was to treat it as a project. And this is some of my background in terms of my training. So I met with the surgeon and we went through a plan as to what needed to be done, all of the various tests that had to be done because there's a series of tests, x-rays, CT scan, blood tests, prepping for surgery, meeting with the plastic surgeon. So there was so much happening. And this is happening 2 weeks before Christmas. So I got through Christmas and I had my surgery in January. I had 6 sessions of chemo between March the 6th, 2016 and June 29th, 2016. And then there was a break, and then I went to Trinidad for 8 weeks to have the radiation treatment, which was for 5 weeks of treatment. And when my surgeon said to me that your whole year is going to be different, and he said this is going to be a whole year of your life, and I thought, nah, it can't be a whole year. Recognizing that I had surgery in January, I had treatment from March to June, and then radiation from October to November, to the end of November. So truly, by the time I returned to Barbados, I took a week off then in Trinidad just to hang out and have some fun. Recognizing that it truly was a year, moving from December 2015 to December 2016. Then coming back to Barbados, meeting with my local oncologist, follow-up tests and so on, and to make sure that everything was good. And I have to assume then, because it was like, so after all this, what happens? And she said, well, since you from the time you had the surgery, you were really cancer free. I said, so why you have to go through all this treatment? And she said, well, it's insurance, and because you never know, sometimes the cell may get away and go someplace or lodge somewhere, and we want to make sure that that does not happen. I'm happy to say that December 14th, 2019 will now be 4 years. I want to say to young women and young old, because my mother-in-law, she's 87 years old and she was just diagnosed. After again having lived her life, enjoying her life with, yeah, she would say the little arthritis and high blood pressure, which was under control, now at this age to be having to deal with this situation. So it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter where you went to school, it doesn't matter rich or poor. Breast cancer is no respect of person. And I say to my female friends all the time, as long as you have breasts, you're at risk. And the things you need to do to mitigate the risk. And I know for me, it wasn't diet, so it would have had to be the type of lifestyle I was living at the time, because as you would know, I was dealing then with the policyholder situation with Clipper and British American. And that was lots of court appearances, lots of meetings, and dealing with the media, dealing with the policyholders, dealing with the negative fallout from the public and the administration at the time. So there was a lot going on. And do not allow the fear of death from breast cancer to stop you from doing your checks and going and get clarification or verification that whatever lump you may find, that it is or it is not. And even if it is, then you know that there's something to be done. So my thing is to do your yearly checks, and I always did. I always did my yearly checks, and from age 50, I started having my mammograms every year. So it was not like I missed a year, and my detection was through the mammogram. And because I have fibrocystic breast, for me, I was feeling for maybe like a lump in terms of like a ball, whereas it was a mass. It wasn't so much as a lump. So again, good advice I got from the nurse at the Barbados Cancer Society. She says when you feel and you're checking your breast, do not feel for lumps, feel for normal. And when you feel for normal, if there's anything abnormal, then you will find it. So that was good advice. And to say to women out there, get your checks. Don't be afraid. Family support is important when you're going through your treatments. Friends support, prayer support. I had a phenomenal church family that kept praying me through. I also had friends and intercessors in my Women of Excellence ministry, and they were phenomenal in praying me through as well. So I want to say that my experience will not be somebody else's. There are some people who are deathly sick, but I made a firm decision that I was not going to be hospitalized and I was not going to get sick. So whatever my doctors said to me to do, I did. And make sure that I kept my diet up, make sure that I kept my fluids in, and kept my weight in control. And I think that was the main thing. It has taught me that not to have a bucket list, but whatever I need to do, all the plans that I have, I'm not even planning for retirement. The trips that I want to take, the places I want to go, I'm doing all now because tomorrow is not promised to any of us. And whether in final analysis it is death by breast cancer or death by something else, I would have lived the life that I wanted to live and without regrets. So my thing is to live now, live your best life now, and that has taught me to not to it has taught me to also say no and mean it. When people call me to do things, June, I want you to be involved in this. June, I want you to do that. No. My focus now is really to spend time with my beautiful grandchildren. I mean, Clay and Eva are like totally best. And I really want to spend more time with them. They live over 3,000 miles away in Washington State. But whenever I get the opportunity to see them there or they come to see us, I really want to spend more time with them. I help to shape their growth and development and not be stressed. All the things that used to stress me and bother me and I have to make sure I get this done by this, no more, no longer. So I have really learned over, I would say, the last 2 years to control the stress and the stressors and know when to cut people off and say enough. I'm not doing this, I'm not volunteering for anything. What I'm doing now I'll continue to do, but no new projects unless God in heaven says to me, June, I have this new project for you. That is where I am now. Hi, I'm June Fowler. I am a breast cancer overcomer after diagnosis on December 14th, 2015. And I invite you to catch my feature coming this Sunday, Easy Magazine.